There's been a tense situation that is being reported in the Banhatti Taluk of Bagalkote district. There's a standoff there between the students who are in hijab and saffron shawls. And now cops have resorted to lathi-charge. All this is being reported from the state of Karnataka, where an incident of police resorting to lathi-charge has been reported. My colleague Neha Hebale joins me on the phone line. Neha, you know, this has been a template that is being set in the state of Karnataka, which is very, very unfortunate. However, with the police really resorting to lathi charge on students, this makes matters worse. All right, we'll just try and reconnect with Neha. Neha, if you can hear me, I'll just take that question back, throw that question back at you. I was talking about this template standoff that has been set in Karnataka. We are seeing growing instances of these instances where students from two factions are really clashing, and now with the police really resorting to a lathi charge, now this is going to make matters really worse. All right, we seem to have lost that link with Neha. We'll try and reconnect with Neha. Meanwhile, this is the situation that is being reported from the Banhatti Taluk of the Bagalkote district in Karnataka. You can see these disturbing visuals on your screen. As the standoff between students in hijab and also in saffron shawls was being reported, the police in fact resorted to a lathi charge trying to disperse the students. Meanwhile, my colleague Deepak Bopanna has also spoken to students from a college in the Udupi district in Karnataka. Let's listen into that.
Interesting scenario that's unfolding here at the Mahatma Gandhi Memorial College in Udupi. On one side, there are Hindu students wearing saffron shawls, saffron turbans. They are not being allowed into the campus, and they were here to protest. But there are, of course, a few girls who have landed up here. They're saying that they have to enter today. They have examinations, and they're not being allowed. And they are wearing a hijab, and they're saying that they have been wearing it for years together, and all of a sudden they cannot remove it, and they want to enter the campus. Let's get in a word from them and find out what their demands at this point. मैडम आप बता सकते हैं कि आज एग्जाम है क्या आपका?
हाँ, एग्जाम है।
और आपको बताया गया था कि आज हिजाब के साथ एग्जाम के लिए छोड़ेंगे अंदर?
नहीं।
तो उन्होंने बताया कि आज नहीं छोड़ेंगे हिजाब। Well, there you see now at the gate. Of course, it is a very tense situation with these students as well gathered here. ನೀವು ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದಾ ಇವಾಗ ಇವರು ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಹಿಜಾಬ್ ಹಾಕೊಂಡು ನೀವು ಪ್ರೊಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ? ಇವಾಗ ಓವರ್ ಆಲ್ ಅವ್ರ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಈ ಕಾರಣಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಅಟ್ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ರಿಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಟೀಚರ್ಸ್ನ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಬಿಡೋಕೆ?
ಇಲ್ಲ, ನಿನ್ನೆ ನಮಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಇವತ್ತೊಂದು ದಿವಸ ಬಿಡುವ, ನಾಳೆಯಿಂದ ಅವ್ರು ಹಿಜಾಬ್ ಹಾಕೊಂಡು ಬರ್ಲಿಕ್ಕಿಲ್ಲ, ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಬಿಡುದಿಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಆದ್ರೂ ಕೂಡ ಒಳಗೆ ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವರಿಗೆ ನಾವು ಹೋಗ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬಿಡುದಿಲ್ಲ, ಅವ್ರು ಹೋದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಕೂಡ ಹೋಗ್ತೇವೆ ಒಳಗೆ.
Well, they're saying if they are allowed inside the campus, even they should be allowed wearing the saffron shawl. So it's a standoff of sorts. Even as we see the entire campus now inside, they are of course standing and witnessing what's happening. And this is not something that that these educational institutions usually witness.
They're saying if you are not allowed wearing the hijab in the class, otherwise you can go out of the campus.
But the government order says you should remove all the clothes and wear only.
But it's still in the High Court now.
But government says you have to wear only uniform.
Yeah, why they are wearing? We are wearing uniform color shawl in our heads.
But what they are saying now?
We are not allowed wearing the scarves.
Yes, they are protesting against us. They want us to, they expect us to be thrown out of the college. That's why they are doing all of this stuff.
But you clapped and you welcomed them.
We didn't clap for them. We are showing everyone. The lecturers told us that all we are supporters and this is what they are doing.
Beti Padhao, Beti Bachao. Only that Beti is not us. We are not Betis of this college, of this country. We are the Betis of this country. Are we not eligible for education?
The order says you can't come with a hijab to the classrooms.
Why suddenly, sir? After so many years, why suddenly? We have been wearing it for 3 years. For 3 years, I've been wearing this. Why suddenly they have a problem with this? We are not chanting anything. We didn't start anything. It's them. They are trying to make
standing in one room and they started yelling from there. They were standing there and they started yelling. We were in the room. We were waiting for principal to come and talk to us, but he did not listen to us.
And Neha is back with me on the broadcast. Remember, we're talking about the tense situation that really erupted from the Bagalkote district. And also, we are told that the hearing on the matter of the hijab row is currently on in the Karnataka High Court. In fact, the court has really noted that wearing a hijab is part of the essential religious practice and the state cannot direct against the Quranic injunctions. The hearing, we are told, has been adjourned till 3 p.m. We will get to know more. Neha continues to be with me on the broadcast. Neha, first let's go to the Bagalkote clashes that where police had to really resort to lathi-charge. What really happened in that particular situation that it went out of hand?
Well, Griha, rather unfortunate sight coming to light from, the Banhati Taluk of Bagalkote district. You can see how the students, two different groups of students over there are clashing. One who's turned up in the saffron shawls and the other, in fact, who've turned up in their hijabs. And what's rather unfortunate is that the police had to actually intervene over here and resort to lathi charge at the college as understandably the tensions over there started to rise. And one could have expected even a clash of sorts. So it's, while of course lathi charge is one thing, what's more important over here is the fact that many colleges today in the state of Karnataka are turning into communal grounds for students to actually fight it out. And we're seeing this not only from Banhati Taluk today, but in fact in multiple colleges yesterday, be it in Shivamogga, be it in Chikmagalur, be it in Bagalkote today. Many districts we're seeing how colleges in fact have become sort of a breeding ground for communalism. It's rather unfortunate that even the college authorities over here who tried to intervene have failed terribly, and now the law and order situation has of course turned up on the shoulders of the police over here who's having to resort to lathi charge. Importantly also, let's turn our attention to the Karnataka High Court that's hearing two petitions today in this matter. Let's tell you that for now, while the matter has been postponed or has been adjourned rather, to 3 p.m., a few highlights of this continue to remain that the petitioners over here, in fact, the advocates, senior advocate David Kamath over here, who is arguing for the students, has gone on to, cite a few instances from the Quran and also from a Kerala High Court hearing that had permitted students to wear their hijab, even for the All India pre-medical test. So several references being made over here, but the High Court, of course, yet to take a decision. Matter has been adjourned to 3 p.m. Riha.
All right, Neha, thank you so much for joining me with all those details. Remember, we were telling our viewers that the hearing in the matter of the hijab row, which was taken up before the Karnataka High Court, has currently been adjourned till 3 p.m. And the court has, in fact, noted that wearing of hijab is a part of essential religious practice and the state cannot direct against the Quranic injunctions. This is what has come out of the court. We are also getting to know that the court really said that emotions should be kept away and we should in fact be going by the constitution of the country. And it also noted that wearing of the headscarf is part of an essential religious practices and the state cannot direct against Quranic injunctions. We cannot in fact see the students going to road every day. Very important observations that have been made there by the High Court, Neha. This is something that was brought to light even before this matter really went so out of hand, with the NHRC also stepping in. And now with the two pleas really before the court, now the court really observing these important factors about fundamental rights and the right to practicing and preaching one's religion is something that has been underlined today.
That's absolutely right, Griha. It's important over here to, in fact, note that the advocate Devdutt, who's arguing in favor of the students or the petitioners over here, has sort of, gone on to make many points over here that, actually relate to the Quran and also to the Kerala High Court judgments. So several propositions that were made here. The judge, of course, has taken note of these. And also, interestingly, there was a judge, a senior advocate even from Kerala now who was on the hearing, Advocate Kalim Suraj Raj, who, in fact, did, of course, intervene. He also requested for permission to address the court as an intervener. So his aspect of be heard. And it's going to be interesting now to actually see what the Karnataka High Court rules and whether or not this entire controversy that sort of erupted and fled not only to Karnataka but to other states. We're seeing it today, in fact, even in Puducherry. We're also seeing it in a few other states that this matter is slowly, sort of flaring up there as well. So we'll have to see as to what exactly the Karnataka High Court rules today. The hearing again adjourned to 3 p.m. for now.
Right, Neha. Thank you so much for joining us with all those details. And from